Alright guys, so this is a new week and I'm planning on doing like a weekly review, so I have to start up with the record. So today is actually Tuesday and I took one trade yesterday on GPAUD. It was not really playing so good that yesterday, but today it kind of went up a little bit and it's now retracing, which I'm not really feeling too good with. And there's another trade I've been taking on, like I've been trying to place today US 100 and the trade is just not going as planned. I saw a little bit profit and went to stop loss and I entered again after the second confirmation. It's just that there's no ideal point of interest. That's why I'm taking too many entries around that level. If there were supposed to be like a good point of interest there, I'll show you in the charts. I will not be taking too many trades around. There is a good setup here. It's more like price balancing retracement and continuing with the trend kind of trade. That's why it's really hard because you cannot really mark out a very good point of interest. So let me show you. I missed one setup like that also on US 100 yesterday. It came in very fast during the New York session, so the buys left me, and before I could really check it out, it was close to my take profit, so there was no need to enter. And I've been trying to trade that same pair, which is today, and when I'm seeing profit, I'm also going back to stop loss, and now I'm still in that trade. So let me show you guys what that trade is looking like. Yeah, then I'll show you the Monday trade which I took, which was a high probability trade setup. So like I said, one thing I want to learn how to do is to just only trade high probability trade setups and see how most of them will play out. So that one already did well, but it's retracing. Let me just take you guys to the chart. Hey guys, so this was the trade I took on Monday, GPAUD. So it was actually from the 4 hours when I saw that price has balanced up this fair value gap right here. Price the balance of this fair value gap and gave me confirmation until around this level. Then I was actually hoping that price fill up this fair value gap, but just like that, I entered the trade with my stop loss right below the fair value gap, and it was actually 100 pips here for me, about $1. So that was something like a risk, more like the lowest point. So I was actually looking out for this high as the first take profit level before this other one at the second take profit level. But you can see what is happening now. There's this kind of rejection coming in from this other block. I don't think it will hold, but I might not really have the patience to watch my market to trace down to this fair value gap and continue the trade. I may not be able to have that patience because if you look at the 1 hour time frame, or let me just take you to the 2 hour time frame. If you look at the 2 hour time frame here, guys, you'll notice that this is a fair value gap, and for me, I can close this trade right away because price has, you know, trade below the fair value gap, and I'm not really expecting anything to happen again. So this is where I can close this trade, and you see where price is going to come back to. Price might come back to this imbalance here, so as to come and take off. Very easy. So I'll just adjust it to 130, about two. Okay, 150 is about 2 points. So I might expect it to not be in this trade because if we are closing with a candle body in this whole fair value gap, that means there is no need of retracing or holding this position till price get down to this level. I'll just take out this little bit profit and wait for a confirmation around there, if at all. That will be tomorrow or next. But if you look at on the 5 minutes, you see we've already had a shift in market structure around there. We've already had a shift in, if I take out this box now, we've already had a shift in market structure around there. Or you check on the 1 minute, it might be very visible. And you know what they say, you're supposed to close when you have the next shift in market structure. So this is where we have shift in market structure. I did not close because I was expecting a turnover from the fair value gap, and before you can retrace to the fair value gap, you must have a shift in market structure that is coming down to the fair value gap, unless there will be a magic that will happen right here, that will happen right in this level, and we retrace from here. Unless there will be a magic that will happen right now. But for me, I think this trade is going to hit my stop loss, like my break even also. Then I'll be out of this trade. But if paraventure that magic should happen, like I'm expecting, then this will be a new shift in market structure around this high. That would be good for me also. But for now, this is what I'm supposed to do. Take my break even to this level and wait to see what the market have to do, because there is nothing I can do again. I cannot close it right now because I'm almost close. Anything can happen. All you just do is to wait, and that's it's very close. So let me also show you US. Okay, I think I'm out. I've closed on break even. Let me show you the second trade that I've taken. You can see the momentum, guys. So if you look at it from the 4 hours, we're actually coming down to this fair value gap. If before Friday I get the second entry, guys, I'm still going to show you, and it's supposed to be a high probability trade setup also. But I would have liked it if we had a break of structure above this high, then maybe had a break of structure above this high, then go back for this fair value gap. But there is no problem. Let me see the reaction around here. I might take it and look for another opportunity. So let me show you the second trade that is also giving me tough time this week. That's US 100, and this is it here. If I take you to the 30-minute today, I've seen a lot happen in this market. Now, I was actually trading the mitigation block entry model right from here. So from this line now, you see, from this line now, I had this. If you know what a mitigation block is using the LCT, you understand what I'm saying. I had this reaction through this mitigation block here. So this is like the last block. So I had this reaction around here. And let me take it to 1 minute. Let you see I had the confirmation here. So in the 1 minute, you can see that I used this as my shift in market structure. This market really played out, and I had closed the market about to go and do my normal chores at home, and I just came back to see that the profit I saw is now out. That's just it. You just have to be stable sometimes to look out for a very good spot. Now let me explain what I was trying to say in the beginning of the video, that there was no clear point of interest in this market. So if you go back to the 1 hour, let me show you something. If you go back to the 1 hour, you can see that this is just a liquidity void and an order block that we have here. Market can start reacting from the discount level at any time. Let me zoom out a little bit. So as far as we are in the discount level, guys, I want to explain something. We ought to see a retracement as far as we are in the discount level. So the first trade I took was actually below the discount level around this mitigation block where I had this retracement, and you can see the price went up a little bit, and I was even happy. And you see how price came back, took me out, because one thing I try to do is to minimize risks, and I did enter mini position, but at most I still minimize the risks here. I had my confirmation just like normal trade, see how price went up, and with this momentum I was feeling more safer in the market, just to see how price dropped in, took out this low, and just came back. So when I entered here, I entered, okay, I was just like, this would be a sweep of liquidity, then price will just react to the 4 hour order block, this 4 hour order block. Then I waited for confirmation on, I think that was the 1 minute time frame, guys. On the 1 minute time frame, in the 1 minute time frame, I had the shift of market structure here, and you can see the momentum retracement. So I entered. So it's looking good for me, and I believe by New York session there will be a pump. So we have about 2 hours to New York opening, and it will not be bad if our stop loss is right below this or above this high, guys. So even if I'll have to ride it towards Wednesday, Thursday, at most, if we can get to this target, this should be our weekly target. If this week we can get to this high, I think that should be more than enough after my, collecting what I've risked, after what I've lost, that should be more than enough. Then I'll also look for another opportunity on DVB AUD. So that's it, guys. Let's see how this trade plays out. Already, it doesn't look bad for me. Let me just have a break of structure around here. Then I think I will now set my break even also. I have a break of structure around here. I might be able to set my break even. So see you when I see you, guys. I don't want to make the video long. I might just come at the end of the video and explain. Yeah, but there should be a positive effect during the New York session. So you can see this equal highs and liquidity on the 15 minutes. See this equal highs here. They are drawn liquidity. They should be able to draw this price up. The problem is that there's no liquidity around there that's pushing this price. That's why it's so slow. But I hope Since I was liquidated here, and I'm very sure so many other people fell for this small move, it will serve as a liquidity, guys. So let's just be hopeful. That's all for now. See you when I see you. Just listen to me. I was actually going through my first record and I saw something on the chat, guys. Just a quick one. This is 15-minute time frame, right? And we have a clean fair value gap right here. And we have a kind of good point of interest I want us to trade to, which is this level. Why not counter trade from here? So since we have like this 5 minute fair value gap here, so I'm looking at counter trading this market. Yeah, you can see that on the 1 minute we have a shift in market structure, which is quite obvious. You can see we have a shift in market structure around this level, which is very visible. Then here can also be my point of interest. So you can see what's happening. If I look at it from the 5 minute, I'm also getting signal that this is a good fair value gap. So guys, I might go into this trade around there. But my fear is, can this level be an inducement? Can this level be an inducement? Because I know we'll continue selling. That's another fear I have. So I'm looking at this level. But if you look at the 30 minute also, look at this is a good fair value gap from the 30 minutes. What do you think? A good fair value gap from the 30 minutes. If you look at 1 hour, trade is still pushing. So maybe I should just let it be. Then I'll still look at it again. If we can get to this level, this very level here, we can get to this level. This is about 1 o'clock now. The next 1 hour, can we get there? No, I'm not sure, guys. But I'm seeing a good setup. I don't know if it's a high probability trade setup or okay. There's no need to go back there. This is another fair value gap created on the 30 minutes. So if I should want to risk anything, is to enter right here with a very low lot. Then see how far we can go. I'll just sell from here. Then my stop loss is gonna be right above this fair value gap here, because this is a breakaway gap. So I'm just risking 16. It's not going up to 1 pip. Yeah, $16. So this is not it is not supposed to exceed this fair value gap. This one is a breakaway gap. So if I'm selling right below here. The take profit should be here. Yes. So let's see. Because if you look at it from the 1 hour, I know on the 1 hour you might be seeing something else. You might be seeing this week here, this candle week rejection, but that's not what I'm saying. If you look at it from the 15 minutes is supposed to come to this fair value gap, but it's looking like a breakaway gap, and I'm not expecting it to come back right now. This is a breakaway gap. Then if you look at it from the 5 minutes, yeah, 5 minutes you still have a opportunity to come back there. So I'll just enter. It's little risk here. I'm just risking 16 out of the 150 I made. Let's see how many I can get. Alright guys, so that GBP AUD trade actually played out very well, and yeah, we made a little bit profit. So I took that trade from this level down to here, and it was a good setup, so you got to take profit. Just you will see, I was a little bit nervous when I saw that setup, but I knew we were actually going to retrace. Price did not really come back to the 15 minute fair value gap here, and just like I explained, I thought I was going to enter, then wait for price around the 4 hour fair value gap, which was here. We actually went to take profit here, which I'll drop in the screen. Now I'm not going to be part of this setup because I told you we don't have a good confirmation. So if we have a breakout structure, this fair value gap on the 4 hours would have been a high probability trade setup. But for me now, it's not a high probability trade again, because we do not have any breakout structure to the upside. So what I'll just say on the 30 minutes is that we are still very bearish. So I cannot trade above here. I can only trade the buys. So for now, I'm out. So if you check out the trade history, you see from the 5 minutes where I entered, it was just a good trade. Yeah, very good one. So although I entered with a lower lot, that's it. So let me show you US 100. That trade really played. It played with my trading today. So this trade was one of its kind. Just like US 30. Sorry, just like GPAD. I just like I closed GBP on time when I noticed that we were not going to work out. But what happened is that when I finished doing the last recording, I went and I slept off. And I was supposed to be online during the New York session. One thing about New York session, we always have an impulsive move, whether in your direction or not. I was confident about the setup. Yes. So before I slept, I drew out this value gap. I wanted to see price come back to just with a normal retracement, just like I did on GBP AUD. But I slept off. I just slept off. So if I was awake, I would have maybe adjusted my um, stop loss to break even. Then if I then already this momentum would have taken me out. I was supposed to adjust it at most to this other block here. Let me zoom in. There's this other block you're seeing here. It may not be visible. But there's this other block below here. I would have liked to choose my stop loss above here because I don't want to see price trade below this other block. So that's it. So because I slept off, and when I was about sleeping, I was actually waiting for price to give us a break of structure. I said it. So if I had a break of structure here, it would have just continued. So what you see is more like price sweeping liquidity above here, very small, and it dropped massively. So that's another thing. Because I know if I was awake and I did not see a break of structure, just like I did not see a break of structure in GBP AUD, just like I did not see a break of structure here on the 1 hour above this previous high, I would know that this fair value gap is a low probability trade setup or is a low probability fair value gap. I would have either closed manually or put my break even, just like I did here on GBP AUD. But I really slept off, and I cannot blame myself for sleeping. It's just that I cannot be on the chart always. So this was a low probability fair value gap because we did not have a very good break of structure over here. So liquidity was swept and we dropped, and that was how I missed. Yeah, I lost the trade. This was a good setup for for New York session because if you check on the 1 minute confirmation came in. This was a very good confirmation. Just like I saw on if I had seen this shift in market structure and this retracement, I would have entered for itself because it's a New York time frame. Well, it's all good. I told you one thing about this trade is that there is no good liquidity that is pushing the trade upward. You remember I said it. So maybe price might use this as a liquidity, but I'm not really looking at this chart anymore till maybe Thursday. By then the chart will be arranged now. But for now, too many things are happening here, and I cannot really dictate what is going to happen next. So I'll come back with a fresh mind on Thursday. It looks like we might continue bearish down to this level. But it's okay. Till Thursday, guys. See you on Thursday. Today is Wednesday and I'm on this trade. I entered this trade from this level here. I know gold is buying, but I've seen a kind of level for retracement. So I entered this trade around here after seeing this sweep of liquidity. So I entered around here, this pin back, and it retraced a little bit. So I'm thinking that we must have swept this liquidity. I don't know how significant this liquidity is for price to go up, but I've seen a shift in market structure on the 1 minute, so that's why I'm in this trade. You can see a shift of market structure. So my ideal stop loss is supposed to be around this high. Yes, around that high. So I already took a loss here, just one position. I already took a loss about $40. So I'm targeting this low here. I'll be targeting that low or even more because if you look at on the 4 hours, you can see this imbalance around here. You can see this whole imbalance. I want us to trade up to the discount level before we can continue buying. Look at, let me show you guys something. So if I should zoom in, I can even take my take profit to at most the 50% level. That's the equilibrium of this price action here. Yeah, so before you can continue buying this market, you want to be buying around the discount level. And I have a target. This is the target here for this month. At first, I'm targeting this high here. Let me show you guys something. I'm targeting this high here. So if I should zoom in, you see that I'm targeting this high as the overall liquidity. This high as the overall liquidity. But for us to be able to get to this high, there should be a kind of retracement to the 1 hour level, sorry, 4 hour imbalance at most, to this equilibrium level to give people a fair chance to enter the street. So you want to continue buying, you want to be buying below the my take profit, which is the equilibrium. So you want to be buying around here. So I want to just scalp down to this level. So that is why I took the sell. So I'll see how New York session is going to play out. Alright guys, so right now I'm actually setting my break even from this trade. I'm adjusting it to this very high here. So I think with this one I've kind of recovered the loss, and I'll just hold on to this very level here and see how far it goes. The trade is actually not pushing as I want, but let's just see. If we should close below this low, I'll be out. So this can be my potential first take profit. But for now, my break even is on this trade. I would have just closed one and leave one to run, but at the same time, I will just allow them to, play out. Let me see how we are going to react towards this level. So I'll come back again and check on this trade to see how far it has gone. But for now, we are going well. So I just closed that trade on gold early enough, and there's a trade setup I'm seeing on US 100. I can't really do a very good video on it because I'm actually seeing two things. I'm having a double bias, but looking at it, it's looking very bullish, and I cannot really do a video right now because of my BP. But if I should take a trade there, I'll also let you guys know. I'm seeing a good setup for buy, but the confirmation is not quite visible. But the whole setup, the whole candle pattern showing on the chart is looking like a buy. But on US 100, I'm not seeing a good confirmation. There are some trades that don't really appear with good confirmation. So I'll also check on the correlating pair, which is US 30. So if I check on US 30, if I should see a good entry also, I'm going to let you guys know. But for now, I cannot do anything on the screen. So if I eventually take the trade, I will show you. But if I don't take it, I'll just be for the trade I closed on profit, covered up the last loss I took this morning. And not like I had this instinct and the trade already reversed already. So I knew we're not going to hit full take profit. So I just closed out because I was seeing some rejection from the 30-minute time frame. So I closed out. And that trade is actually going back. So that would be it on that one. But for the US 100 or US 30, you should finally take the trade. I will also let you guys know. See you. I'm already on this trade. I told you I was going to do a video, but let me just tell you why I entered this trade and how I was having two buyers. So if you look at the daily time frame, we just filled a daily fair value gap, right? Because at first I was looking at the bearish aspect of this price, but look at the daily time frame, we just filled a daily fair value gap. And overall this trade is, or the trend is bullish overall, and yesterday just came back to a daily fair value gap, and I'm expecting today to continue in order to keep on moving. Then during the course of analyzing throughout today, on the 15 minute I saw something, and if you notice throughout Monday I've been trying to also buy from the mitigation block. Let me show you. I got stopped out twice yesterday. I got stopped out from this mitigation block the first time, the other block the second time, and you can see this drop. So looking at this massive drop, you would think that price has turned bearish, but I just saw that price actually filled up this daily imbalance, taking out this liquidity, which is not bad. So today now I'm looking at buying from, I don't know, I was looking at this fair value gap on the 30 minutes where I had this inducement. Let me zoom in. So this was the initial setup, and I was expecting this 230 to drop into this box so as I can join the trend because we have inducement. So as at this level, I was expecting that price to drop into this box, then I continue buying from here. So I was surprised around this level, but I was just hoping that we are going to drop inside, and price did not come back to this box. And look like if you zoom in, took out a little bit of liquidity below this low. That's not even enough, but still I've seen my market confirmation. That's why I enter this market. I don't enter the trade like that unless I see confirmation. So on the 5 minutes the confirmation is also clear. I don't know what price is trying to do yet, but I'm still watching. I'm not even panicking. On the 1 minute, I like how we got this market structure shift here. If you zoom in, you see that this is a market structure shift above here. So I don't know what it's trying to do, but I've seen all I wanted to see, and knowing fully well that I'm trading from the higher time frame point of interest, so I don't think I should be panicking. This is 230, I guess that's why the market is actually behaving like this. So if it actually drops to the fair value gap, no problem, no problem. If it gets stopped out to the fair value gap, let me just adjust my stop loss below the fair value gap. That's what you might want to do. market can be crazy. So if I won't see you come back to the fair value gap, so this is like 230, this is how market is to behave. I will add two more position. So I'll reduce the lot and add two more position. I'm trading from a higher time frame point of interest. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see the reaction towards the fair value gap. So I'll just buy here two more buys. Then my stop loss will all be around this low. Market is really coming down very, very hard. So we are supposed to be going up. I don't know. Might as well lose this one again today. So one is out. Funny enough, there's no news today. Like that's how market do behave. There's no news today. I don't know why it's really coming down that much. So in order not to make this video too long, let's just see how far this market is going to play out. Then I'll get back. Alright guys, so back to the trade. I missed everything that happened today, guys. I actually might take profits right now. I won't lie, today has been a very hectic day. Trading gold, trading US 100 was not that easy, but at least I'm just okay that I finally got to take profits here. So let me just show you, like, do a little breakdown on this trade, guys. Why I later entered this trade again. Like I said, it was coming from a higher time frame point of interest, which I liked very well. So let me just adjust it to 400. So apart from coming from a higher time frame, I'm trying to buy time by adjusting it to take profit, so I can explain the video completely why the trade is still on. Okay, let me explain from here, since this was where I've been doing the analysis. So I see it from the daily time frame, guys. I saw a fair value gap. And that fair value gap was kind of a good one, because look at here. This is the fair value gap, and you can see that, as I said, overall we are bullish. You can see the trend is very, very visible. So I had every reason to be buying this trade. Then you now go down to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, it was not quite visible on the 4 hour time frame, but this is what I saw on the 1 hour time frame. I know I got stopped out many times, but I was not just ready to give up on this trade. I won't lie, because I knew it was supposed to go today, and imagine missing out on this trade. And look at, this is the buys I've been chasing since on Monday. This is the buys I've been chasing right from here, right from this level. It was the fourth time I got it. So I won't lie, it's really, really stressful, but I think it's worth it, guys. So let me explain. At first, I told you I was having double bias. Like, I was looking at this place as a bearish mitigation block, but I later went back to the daily time frame to do a top-down analysis. I noticed that what we had on the daily time frame is stronger and is going to supersede this bearish mitigation block, because I was just trusting the daily time frame and my top-down analysis. So around 30 minutes here, where I had this fair value gap early this New York session, I wanted to buy from this level. You see, I bought from this fair value gap here on the 30 minutes, and I also got stopped out. So it was really confusing. I was just looking for the perfect liquidity that would take price out. So around 4 o'clock, I came back, and that's 2 hours after the New York opening. I saw this liquidity again. So I entered this trade because I love this retracement here. This kind of retracement, it was like it's balancing up price. So I saw a confirmation on the 5 minutes. I'll show you why I entered the trade. Although I was not feeling too well, I just entered hoping that it would play out, and luckily it played out completely. So let me load this. The 5 minutes, I saw this to be a good shift in market structure. Let me show you. Yeah, I saw this to be a good shift in market structure. Then Same level here was this imbalance, this FVG that I saw here. So I saw this FVG on the 5 minutes. If I take it to my MT5, you see I already drawn it out. I need to reduce my stop loss to this FVG and I would have been stopped out because I was already tired of risking much money. So I just had to take it a little bit down just in case price wants to trade below the FVG. Then and you can see how price went up. I just left the chart because I was tired of too many heartbreak. Imagine having three losses in a row and all the time you've traded, you see you went in profit a little bit. Then I will not even talk about how yesterday also went in profit and coming to stop me out. So came back to the chart in less than 15 minutes. I saw this pump here, and when I zoomed in, I was now feeling so scared because this looks like another sweep of liquidity right above these highs. So it was really scary for me because imagine the sweep of liquidity, that means price is about to turn over again. So I was just thinking, why did I not um set my take profit above here as take profit one and just close up? Then I saw this kind of market dangling around there, so I just kept on hoping and hoping. So a few minutes again, I came back and price has pumped a little bit to my initial take profit on, which was this high. I want to show you. So this is my initial take profit on this high is here. This was where I was even aiming from the New York session. So I saw this one, then I had to adjust my stop loss to like break even around there. Then I zoomed in using this 15-minute fair value gap as the place I want to see price come to. If I have known, I would have just entered another position right from here. But still, I'm still okay with this one. So price have actually met up with my target, because if you watch on Monday, I was saying that this is my weekly target. So price has actually gotten to my weekly target. Let me show you on MT5. On Monday, if I did not really do a top-down analysis on Monday because I would have not been buying around there. That was another mistake. So if I've seen this fair value gap on Monday, I would have not even traded from any other position just to wait for it as my POI. So just like I said, around the 5 minute, I told you what I saw. This you can see. Let me show you 15 minutes where I placed this guy to be my break even. Here you can see I just kept my break even below this fair value gap. I did not want to see anything happen below the fair value gap, and this was the 5 minute I was talking about where I saw that fair value gap. I did not want to see price trade below, and just like that, guys. So I think I'm done with this trade. I'm going to be closing at the end. For me, I really tried to take this trade again. This is my take profit above this equal highs here. So I'll be closing right now. I don't have to tempt myself or do any other thing I've tried for today, because I really, I don't know, I've held on to this trade like it should play out. So let me see if I'll take any other setup on Thursday or Friday. I'll still show you guys. So far so good. I've taken 4 setups, 2 on GBP card, then 2 here. I lost this first 2, and one I lost one today, and I also got one today, and I'm happy that this move alone can has covered up for all the losses, and like all the losses I took today. Even if I lost control of myself in a way by adding one more position around this favorite gap without a confirmation, it really got to me. I was not happy about it. So that was me losing myself. Still, this trade got me out. So thank you guys. I'll see if I can take more trades on Thursday or Friday. For now, I'm done for today.